For most of my life, the driving force behind my existence was the desire to be seen, to be appreciated, to be loved, to be accepted by everybody in my life. And I realized recently that that is a very disempowering perspective to have. And rather than the desire to be seen, what's more important is the desire and the ability to just show up. To show up authentically. To own everything and anything in your life. For example, many years ago, whether I walked into a restaurant or whether I walked into a mall or showed up at work, I would be very conscious and look around at everybody around me and see how they were reacting to me. And based on their reaction, I would modify my behavior to adjust to everybody else in the room. And that wasn't the most empowering thing for me to do, because I was living in a very reactive way to everybody around me. But the idea of showing up in your true self, gives you that confidence to step out into the world with complete disregard of what anybody else thinks of you. Whether my hair is perfect, whether my clothes are presentable, whether I've shaved today or not. All of that doesn't matter. What matters is how I'm bringing my best self forward in any given interaction. And when I can do that, it brings a whole new level of living that's empowering. Even in my relationships. If I look at somebody else and expect them to accept me for who I am, that's a very slippery slope. But when I look at that relationship and say, I'm going to put my best forward, and I won't have any judgments or expectations from somebody else, and just have them bring their best self forward, then that relationship can reach an all-time high. Whereas if we're constantly looking at each other and trying to assess or please or get high marks in the other person's perspective, then that's a very slippery slope for all of us. So I encourage you to ask yourself the question, are you living a life that is there to please others? Or one that you're showing up authentically with who you really are? And the answer to that question will help you recognize what is your most empowering next step.